Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. We're still on week one of the winter seasonal. This is the second match to occur, and it's me again. I'm sorry. Um, Fortunately, it's not going to be just me. I don't do this alone. I'm joined here by two good friends and teammates. First is our the first time I've had him on here before, but I haven't had him on here before since he started his successful YouTube career. So this is the first celebrity we've had on. Smithers, how you doing?
I'm doing well, Wix. Thank you for having me this morning.
Thanks for the collab, my fellow content creator.
No problem. My pleasure. My pleasure.
How you doing?
Doing well. Doing very well. How are you doing, Wix?
I'm good. What was for breakfast?
Just had some yogurt and granola. So just started off light today.
In addition, someone I've had on here a few times before. He returns. OG Panda, how you doing?
Doing good, doing good. Glad to be here.
We're looking at the bracket here for week one. I like to start talking about this while we're waiting. We'll get to the match at hand and the map and point at hand as well. But I wanted to start looking at this yesterday. We watched Fallschirmjäger beat EGIG, the Eastern European Coalition, on Omaha Beach. But looking at the rest of this, there's a couple more matches going to be played today, and then a bunch that are going to be next weekend as part of the 2 week opening week of seasonal here. So looking up and down here, Panda, talk to me. What are some of the matches you think that are kind of most interesting to you from this first week?
Yeah, so I mean, I helped with the format on this. It's my first time being a part of any Orga for any of these tournaments. So we really just we wanted to break things out a little bit to try to give teams a chance to have an opening game that would be versus a team that's a little closer to their skill level. So this week one, I guess really the first 2 weeks, we have to work around Chinese New Year and the Australian national holiday, which was yesterday. So we are opening this up with the first 2 weeks. I think our match against GBI will be really really interesting, and Zoo against Sin will also be interesting. Sin has the MS guys now, so I think those two matches, at least in the upper bracket, will be some of the more interesting. And I'm slightly unfamiliar with some of the teams, in the lower section here of the bracket. So it'll be interesting to see what this game today with MT and BAF will produce. We saw a really good match that you casted yesterday with FJ and EGIG. So I'm interested to learn a little bit about these teams today and see what they're capable of. And maybe we'll have a unicorn kind of work their way through some of the bigger teams this year. I'd like to see some more competitive games as we go through week 2, week 3, and on to week 4. So we'll see what happens.
Smithers, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm in the same boats as Panda here. I want to see what kind of teams are going to sneak up, right? Hopefully, we see a lot of 2-3, 3-2 matches, right? And so, Mystery Team, we played them on Utah, right? And so they were pretty good. I mean, I think they surprised us. We had no idea what to expect, but they played a solid game and had a solid push there. And I think we played Win 7 versus them as well. And so, yeah, I'm looking forward to today's match and seeing what they have in store. And so, but yeah, so the other wild card, as Panda mentioned, is going to be Syndicate with the addition of machine soldiers. And we played them yesterday, right? We saw how good they are. So they could be another unicorn that could take down Climbers United and Greyhounds, I think. So yeah, looking forward to seeing what becomes of them.
Just getting out the stream notification real quick, and I'll move us over to Win 7. Let's talk about this point a little bit. Win 7, Utah Beach. I'll move us over in just a moment. But starting with Smithers this time, what are the kind of key characteristics at this point? What do you expect to see today?
Yeah, so we all know the west side of the point, especially from an Axis standpoint, how they have that wall towards their side, and they're going to stack tanks and on that side and just be able to get in the hard cap and offer a lot of pressure. And so, but of course, I think we all wondering what kind of truck snipes each side is going to have off the opening, right? I think we've all seen plenty of streams where maybe we see 1 or 2 trucks go down off the opening, and we know how much time teams can dedicate towards that opening truck snipe, right? And so whichever side gets pushed off into the open fields, it's going to be quite a grind to get back in, right? But then, of course, like I said, with the armor engagements and everything, if the Axis are down, are they going to try to stack tanks and push that west side, or will they be able to, or will they get thwarted by the Allies' armor, right, from those long-range beach shots and those AT guns, right? So I think that's what I'm looking forward to for Win 7. And then, of course, just seeing how the flank game is played, right? We all know the importance of the town up to the north and then Grandma's house. So we have to see how much resources are dedicated to strong point versus the flanking action, right? And then we can't forget about the Whammo plays too in the back line. So we'll just have to keep an eye out for that.
Panda, anything to add?
Yeah, I think whenever you're playing on a point that's against the map edge, my first question is going to be how wide do the teams play? So, be interested to see what grid square are we getting up to? Are we going to have battles all the way up in Win 4? Hill 5, obviously in Chapel. The town right there, right above Win 7, will be very important. But usually when a team has WN7, they end up hunkering down quite a bit. So it allows the other team a chance to kind of explore the map more. So it'll be interesting to see, what do they do, and whichever team gets a hold of WN7, how do they min max their guys? Do they put kind of a skeleton crew in WN7, and will we see more battles out there in the the 2-3 columns with Chapel and Hill 5. So yeah, I just want to see how wide they're going to get today with this point being so butted up against the map edge.
I committed the Ultimate Caster error. I forgot to ask who to join, so I'm hoping they'll give me. This is the designated Artie squad. I'm hoping maybe if I don't see a answer here soon, I'll join Kelly Klaus. Oh, I'm trying to share my stream in Discord. I don't know why it's not working. There we go. Should be up now.
Got it.
I'm just going to hopefully they're okay. This is designated as artillery, so usually that's where they want you.
Do you know if they decide on the other points as well, or just the midpoint?
Panda's. I didn't mention it, but in case you haven't noticed, Panda's part of the Orga for the tournament. So, I'm saying that to the viewers. I know Smithers knows that, but Panda, I'm not even sure, honestly. I think that's part of the offer system, right?
Yeah. So this is Abu's baby. Please send all complaints to Abu. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, we it's really interesting. I've never seen a system like this before until Abu showed it to us and allowed us to kind of test it. But the map ban system has been around a long time, and there's nothing, I guess, inherently wrong with a map ban system. But I think this is going to be really interesting. At least watching this first week. I mean, the offers really they haven't gone past I think 2 or 3 until us with GBI. I think we went to 4 offers before it was selected. But it brings a new complexity into selecting map bans. I mean, we sat in a VC trying to figure out for 15 minutes whether we wanted to take something or not. It creates a new and interesting way of selecting these maps that allows you to select all 5 points, which we haven't seen before. Usually, when you're doing map bans, you're just selecting a map with a midpoint, and Wix, the way you guys handled it in HTA, I thought was good, where you guys selected the midpoint for the team so they knew what they were deciding on. And that added a level of complexity too, right? But this one is on a whole nother level. So we'll see. We'll see how it works. Really haven't had much feedback yet from the teams on it. We've only had I think half of the teams select their map bans now. So looks like the game's starting.
Yeah, we're starting now. Had the map up real quick just to look. Looks like extra recon tank here doing a common snipe. They got an extra light tank coming in, so.
Any AT guns on the beach?
There is an AT gun. There is a recon tank. Look like they're poised for snipes here.
Yeah, may see some trucks go down here.
I don't think there's likely to be any going the other way. Maybe potentially, but we'll keep our ears out. Right now is where we should start to be seeing some fireworks, I think. There's a miss. That looks like the AT gun, maybe. There's rockets.
Oh, so close.
Ooh, they got a truck on the road with rockets.
They didn't get the other truck. Yeah, he saw the rockets coming into that gap and tried to avoid it.
This was not safe yet, I will say.
That truck is likely to go down here pretty quick, though. Where's the AT? Recon tank?
Greyhound coming through, not looking the way of the truck.
Not a single AT inf player to start. You hate. Oh, there's one. Abyss. Killed by Artie.
Greyhound goes down quickly. Was that
to be honest? Oh, go ahead. Sorry, Bucks.
I was gonna say, was that the Panzer IV? I'm not sure what hit it.
I think it was just AT from SQRT. Was it?
I'm not sure. What were you saying, Smithers?
I was gonna say, just I think by this point, I think teams are well used to all the different truck snipes and everything. So I think most teams are just mentally prepped to reset. At this point, just play for recap.
Yeah, this is one of the ones I think. I mean, I've seen snipes going from Axis. Obviously with rockets anything is possible, but even maybe with a Puma snipe. But yeah, I mean, as you expect to maybe get one truck going in there, and
Oh no,
they did that.
the Lux just yeeted himself into his own teammate.
Yeah, I just saw it too.
Stewart was creeping forward, but the Panzer IV hit it. Where? Okay. But sometimes you'll see all three tanks stacked into the hard cap. They look like on this side, MT as really just the one Luke's. This one will be out of hard cap.
Yeah, the Allies definitely have the massive strong cap control right now, so looking good for them.
You got two MGs up there and green grandmas or grandpas up there in that 3-story.
Grandpa's house, Iron Trench, Pink Road, Skylight, Penis Trench. Those are the main callouts for Win 7. Crossroads.
Yeah, the Allies' artillery should be able to shut down Penis trenches. I think they are focusing on right now. So that's going to eliminate one little passageway for the Axis, pretty much.
That dick's going to take some artillery today, that's for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go. Oh, you had it?
So we saw the cap come in for 40 Bulls Air Force.
Oh.
I mean, after kind of the opening, of course, that's no surprise with the truck going down. MT really didn't get on the point very strongly, and they really didn't have much of a chance. But hey, now they have 82 minutes to figure it out.
Yeah, it's a long, long game. Plenty of things can happen.
Ooh,
nice double rocket there.
There's the imp.
Sorry, I missed it as I was pulling. But we saw this Luke's go down. Now, ooh, Rocket just missed the Puma on Pink Road. Again. Maybe trying to burn some OPs as he dives there. Really surprised he's made it this far. Now he's going along the backside. Like I said, this does not happen only to us. That's the medium all the way in the back here. Both mediums playing pretty far off the point.
How do you feel about that spot, Wix?
I mean, you're not going to see a ton back here if you cap. Obviously, they were there to take out the Puma, but you're not going to see much here. But you can. I think that's what they're kind of looking for. They can't really look down the road, but they're safe. I don't know. You can't see much from there, but they're obviously okay with that. It's not always about seeing the most. I mean, keeping the medium up can be a deterrent in itself.
Something just went down up there next to Sniper Boy. Just exploded.
I don't see where he was.
Right there in the middle of your screen. What is that? A truck? I think it's just a truck.
Yeah, last night in the Rangers of the North versus B&T scrim, the Ally medium went down right off the bat, and the Lukes and Pumas all pushed up and wiped a whole bunch. So, yeah, you're right, Wix. That medium back there could be a big deterrent, obviously, to the light tanks and Puma pushing up too much.
Pretty good Gary network here, although MT looks like they're making some ground here. You got a gap in that 6-7 line column. Looks like MT's making a little ground right there. See Garrison go hot.
Sorry, I'm just fixing kills and deaths here. I had it fucked up for a lot of a match yesterday. So it is right now. Killing top deck.
Yeah, looks like we got some sector capping going on here. Just more bodies for MT finally making their way into sector. This is where BAF has got to be really careful here. You're starting to see some guys work their way towards Grandpa's and get into these trench lines here above WN7.
Yeah, I want to head north and just kind of see where the extent of this goes. We see all the way up here at Chapel is really where the line ends, although Bulls Air Force really missing a lot of this open field.
Yeah, big gaps in the line. You don't want to see that, especially against a team like MT. You know, it's just going to throw bodies wherever the openings are. Now they've got MGs here, of course, in that 3-story, so you're going to be able to shut down quite a few lanes that way. But the MGs look like they are on respawn. It's being shelled by a tank. It looks like.
Yeah, you see one of them running up the stairs. And Grandpa, something is consistently hitting that.
It's next to Kaka, to the right of your screen. It looks like he's next to one of the buildings in the little town area here. A couple grid squares away, but
It's very important to shut down those MGs when possible.
all right, so we're starting to see some smokes, people pushing. This is going to be kind of the game here for MT. Smokes, push, OP down, get bodies. Just keep working it until it happens. So I mean, they've got what 70 minutes to figure this out. It looks like they're inching closer and closer.
Yeah, I think the armor will be stacking up on the hedge right there, and so the allies will just need to watch for the nice bomber runs. Looks like it's going to be a little bit misangled there, maybe a little bit.
Dual bombing runs.
See the Panzer IVs moving up through the wire now. Getting a little aggressive. I wonder, the 76 has arrived. You can see him rolling in there next to the medium, which hasn't moved.
Oh, airhead. We have an airhead.
Yeah. This will be the kind of the standard play here for airheads.
Yeah, it's going to fall right in front of that Panzer IV, right in this smoke here. Looks like, at least to me.
So, yeah, and this is what you want. If you're going to do this, you're going to have infantry support here. It's pretty easy to just throw a grenade over that wall and take care of that airhead.
Looks like it's going to land, though. Or has a chance, at least, I mean.
Yeah, I think it has a real solid chance. Artie's they're going to have to zero in that Artie ASAP. So we'll see a spawn wave at the 116 mark about.
We have a medic out here, making sure that there's plenty of smoke on the ground. Just throws it at the wall.
No.
Was that?
Spawn wave should be coming in here any second.
I think that was a shot from the 76. Yeah, he's banking off of the trees here.
Oh, I see. I heard go down. I heard did not go down, but everybody on it died.
Yeah, they've now got Artie and that 76.
Oh my god, that 76's HE is having devastating effects. The airhead is gone?
Yeah, I think
the
the
airhead's
HE
gone. Somewhere in those legs and arms and torsos is the remains of the airhead. I mean, that's what you want to see. I mean, yeah, the medium's got the Overwatch spot back here, but I mean, this tank has just with 3 shots really like wiped an OP here, got the airhead. We saw all the body parts. You know, tanks have range, man, but sometimes you got to be up close to do the real damage. And I think that 76 had really devastating effect on that airhead push.
Yeah. Wix, does the 76 have a lane right here to just push up and wipe the P4, or is there no real open spots without exposing to the Tiger?
He'd have to come to the road. I'm not sure that. Yeah, I mean, he could probably do it where the Tiger is, and they know the Tiger. You know, the Tiger's not looking at him. They could probably roll forward out on this road, kill the Panzer IV, take a shot from the Tiger, and back up. But that's pretty risky, honestly. Because one rocket, one person with a satchel, your infantry's not going to do shit for you. So it'd be pretty risky to try to push that.
Gotcha.
And that's why the P4 is there, right? Like, that's like a good early game play when he knows, all right, the heavies are out. I'm not, the big dog anymore. So I can sit back here and get, shot from across the point by the 76 or something. Or I can get up tight here and, have cap weight, be a very big pain in the ass of the defenders and Bulls Air Force guys here. And potentially be bait for the 76 to maybe get him to come down this road. So it's a really good play to get up tight in here because he's going to be difficult for them to knock off.
Looks like the Bulls are doing a good job of holding Grandma's house there up to the north. I mean, MT has gained a little bit of ground, but that's mostly open field, right, that they would need to get through at the moment. So,
Well, it looks like MT's probably getting a satchel on that house, I would assume.
Ooh, there it is. Good call. That should get a fair few, including the garrison.
damn, I did not see that, Panda.
1,
Good spot.
2, 3, 4, 5, and a garrison.
And the Gary.
Good play.
Yeah, MT's been able to sneak a few guys here and there, and just it seems like it's just one guy breaking through every time. But luckily, it's the satchel guy who broke through for them that time. So that will maybe give them some more even odds, numbers wise, to get that push going.
Wanted to just pull this up and see what kind of, if any, backlines going on. We saw that Gary go down. They got a large concentration here on cap, but really MT, it looks like, and we'll take a look at this road area, has kind of pushed 46 BAF off the road really now. So that's kind of a good sign for MT that they're kind of controlling this town area. It is out of sector, but it is still an important area.
So one thing you'll notice too, Wix, so they just built that garrison back and immediately went back down. So MT knows that BAF wants to have that garrison in the backyard there. So you're just going to see rockets flying at that house for a while now, just to make sure that they can't put that garrison back up. Most of these teams work their garrison networks out pretty tight, so they really probably don't have too many places they can put that garrison where it's not going to be blocked by another garrison from 200 meters. So I would imagine they're going to keep rebuilding it, and you're just going to keep seeing rockets flying at that house.
.76 ricochets 2 shots. He's on the rep station. He could have maybe stayed in there if he wanted. But maybe he's got to teach the gunner how to aim real quick.
MT managed to get a satchel guy all the way to the 76. Oh, here's your second 76. I'm sure the medium's about out of ammo at this point.
Yeah, they are an important cap weight there. In the hard cap, as we see the cap coming through here. But you can see kind of we're at the basically the midpoint of the map here, that MT has crossed the midpoint and they're on the east side.
How many spawns do they have on the map right now, BAF? Because it looks like they're getting wiped from.
They got pushed out of town. I mean, they're up here a little bit, but nothing in this area.
Yeah,
this is the danger right now with the Bulls and getting forced back in that circle, and so MT's just able to totally surround them.
And they are holding on a little bit. They were defending a bit. They're not now, but they were defending a bit. The medium is coming up. He's going to be a little additional cap weight. So and reinforces down. Although Did they just lose that 76 down there already?
Yeah,
They did, yeah.
And so this will pretty much let the Tigers move up now. There's 176 up to the north, maybe, or is that it?
Well, they could. They know where the one guy is, and he's kind of tucked a little bit.
Well, so that 76 probably got double tapped.
Got double tapped, or this is what I call a pub peek opportunity to have cover to back into, and so he was squared to this guy. He could have just taken 2 shots from that guy, but yeah, I mean both could have had an angle on him as well. We could see, and I think I would if I were MT, maybe try to get at least one of these Tigers into the Panzer IV position. Because you've seen, I mean, whether it's a Panzer IV or a Tiger, a tank there is going to be very, very hard for them to kill. As we've seen, the Panzer IV, I mean, still kicking it right there. Just not a whole lot you can do. I mean, especially with no control up here. I mean, what you would like to see is if they had control up to maybe Crossroads or something, you know, you could drive a tank down the road and hit them from north to south or from even further up. But they don't have that ground to be for the tanks to be able to push and get those angles. So for right now, the Panzer IV lives. The Tigers here are just pounding with HE. I mean, maybe they're not ready for a full commit, but I think now might be a good time.
Yeah, I mean they got some map control. They're getting guys into the point. They have control of the 3-story. They're in the train. I mean, what more can you want to take this point at this? But maybe they're waiting for Inf to put a satchel on one of the tanks, or give them something more to work with. But from an infantry standpoint, if you got control of a 3-story in the trench, and you're getting guys into the middle of the point, you really want that tank support to come start wiping some of these spawns, or at least have a chance to to get better angles to support the Inf that's getting into point.
Oh, this could be a big bombing run. Wiping that east side of the point, and also the tanks are going to get tracked off of that, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
more
and
importantly, the garrison's gone.
Town, you still haven't got the garrison back up here. So I mean, they have a lot of OPs off of here, but this is trouble.
The saving grace right now is the Allied artillery. They are just totally shutting down that west side, shifting from Penis Trench up there to the north a little bit. And we got a truck. What is that, a Luke's?
Puma.
Oh, Puma. Okay.
No one-man Puma. See the points going back and forth still. Not, I mean, nobody can really get into the point.
Okay. Medium's down.
Yeah, one of the rocket guys from MT got in the back there.
Finally, some AT play. So, I mean, at this point, you've got 176. You probably... Are they pulling up their other... a third 76? Or I guess now a second? Looks like they're getting into it now. Oh, here we go. Tiger's getting aggressive. Okay, this is what I want to see.
The garrison has been rebuilt now.
So they're moving one Tiger into point. The second Tiger is now moving into where the first Tiger was sitting.
Panzer IV still there. That's a lot of cow. TC Gunner. My dream.
Well, what are the challenges of TC gunning?
Well, when you're TC driving, you can't see a lot, but you have control. A lot of control. When you're TC spotting, you don't have a lot of control, but you can see everything. When you're TC gunning, you have neither control nor sight. That's the challenge. That's how I would say it. You have the gun, obviously, so you have the finishing blow, but you can't other people for all that. Garrison went down. I think it's just a matter of time here. 76 gets finished off by a Tiger. Looks like it was this guy right here. Hold the angle through the walls. He was already damaged, though, I think.
Yeah, there's no imp to help him figure out where that Tiger is sitting. Oh, got a ragdoll in the north.
Yeah, it looks like it's about to flip here. MT just relentless with the pressure.
Yeah, I mean, they got pressure on the point. BAF kind of, turtled a little bit. They lost a 3-story, and then from there, just MT guys started leaking in and slowly taking down spawns, taking down tanks. You got is that the P4 down in the back line, just running around burning spawns?
The medium is gone for a little fun ride here. We saw the precision come in here. I'm not sure what it was supposed to hit because it's where the P4 used to be. I don't think the Tiger was ever there.
Yeah, I think it may have been there briefly before it peaked, and then just an old marker that the commander went off of.
Tiger's retreating now.
Maybe they're going back to reload.
It seems like they're just playing really passive. They wanted him for cap weight, but they didn't necessarily want to put him in jeopardy. So it seems to me like they're going to start stacking tanks to try to hold this.
These Tigers are both moving north. It's kind of interesting. Let's see, do they have anything set up for 4th already? Should look at that real quick. Looks like no backline shenanigans. At least not right now.
That, man, it looks like they're working bodies up, but you don't want the majority of your bodies to be pushing up on map edge here if you're allies. You're not really going to be able to do much from that side unless you can get through that trench line.
Yeah, we'll look at the full map here real quick. I mean, not only have they lost the point, but they didn't get a very good, their reset was not that great. They got this garrison here, which is stopping them from building the garrison map edge here, I'm sure. I mean, whether you want it there or not, you kind of need it, I think. So the spacing's a little off here. This should probably be up here. And then you can fit that, but... or maybe they don't care. I mean, they might not want the Gary there, but I guess that's the common kind of layout. And now, I mean, we're just looking at this. I mean, this is what they have to cross. Now they're the ones crossing through the wire, through the funny-shaped trench. This one, non-phallic, but still an important trench.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I mean,
having to get in through several areas, one of which is going to be shut down by artillery.
Yeah, I mean, this is a much tougher side to work from. Axis has a hedge line. They've got a decent road to push through. It's not that far away from point comparatively. While Allies has, I don't know, a half a bunny hill, and a hedge line with a bunch of holes in it to try to work through. So it really shouldn't be difficult for MT to kind of just lay down some MGs, not really allow anybody into point. Right there where Sanchi is, you'd want to have a couple outposts right there and working through that trench line and getting down that road. That's really where you want to be if you're BAF, but you've got to hold a 3-story to do that.
This building becomes so critical just because of the sight lines and the projection you can do from there.
So you got Yuri working his way down. I would presume he's going to try to get his outpost up as soon as possible, get some bodies there. But if they can't get control of that 3-story, he's just going to get crossfired into oblivion. Oh. They obviously did not expect him to be there. So he'll try to go and wipe that outpost.
Yeah, you see the good instinct from this guy here. He sees the penetration and immediately just runs at it. Though he doesn't get close enough to get the OP yet.
Well, I think there's a gap there, but you can't actually walk through it. So he can shoot there. But he has to
takes out the
has-
OP.
He has to walk around, I think, to actually get there.
Well, the grenade does the work for him. So,
I mean,
good play
he did
by
a gr-
both sides to get in there and then to clean it up.
he did a great job on a 1v7 or whatever that felt like. You see BAF in the north there has one hedge that they're trying to push the 3-story from. We got like 6 people peeking around one hedge.
Good rocket. Saw part of the squad leader fall out of the window. Oh, that was his head.
Oh, wow. Brutal.
And a leg.
Where did that 76 go? Is he just chilling somewhere away in the back?
He is on this hill. Oh. That's a lot of repair
Wow.
stations. This guy is basically invincible. Not really, but 3 rep stations will do a lot for you.
Is there a number of rep stations that makes you invincible?
Not if you get shot at the same time by 2 tanks. 3 rep stations will make it so you can survive a hull shot from another heavy tank. Basically, by the time they shoot you the second time, you'll have repped enough that the second shot won't kill you.
What's the Wix, the tank god? What is the radius on a repair station? Do you know?
15 meters.
You should write your own tank Bible, Wix.
I have nothing to add to what others have done. So we see this map edge area is now... Oh, Zappadusta still out here. So they did rearrange their Gary network, so they are watching the stream.
Yeah, that's a thankless push right there. Although Alpha is in the trench.
Smithers, are you with us? Are you taking a breakfast break? We lose Smithers?
He's probably got to go feed his chickens or something.
Oh, he said be right back. Alright, it's casual Sunday here. You can just get up and walk away from the stream and do whatever the fuck you want. Get a couple views on YouTube with your commander POVs, and all of a sudden, just get up and walk away from your friend's stream.
Is anybody making any ground in the north here? I mean, it looks like MT's got control of Crossroads. They're pushing out.
I mean, it looks like 46BF has made some progress, I would say. But there's until they get into the town, it's, you know, they got a slightly better hedge line now.
I like to see that MT's pushing though. They're not just holding areas. I think that's one thing that BAF struggled with is they couldn't hold areas. They were just losing. You see MT now is obviously they've moved some of their guys out of WN7 to focus more on having bodies up here in the north in this town, pushing these hedge lines.
Yeah, we do see that BAF has really gotten solid control of Grandpa's house here. That's good. That's kind of step 1 here. Gotta kill this guy. He already takes care of him. You can see we should have at least 3 tigers up by now. They're sitting back pretty far here, though. I'm not sure why they are back so far. I'm not sure that they're really contributing much from this far back, but maybe I just want to keep them safe.
Yeah, I think this is just a really, really conservative play here. I mean, we see how important tanks can be when they're needed, so you don't want to lose them, you know, but how many tank squads can you have? You know, are we gonna see 4 tigers, 5 tigers?
Yeah, I'm just not. I'm not even sure like what any of them are doing. This guy's just sitting here, looking at a head. Oh, he's looking out now. This guy's moving. Guy's sitting there with 2 crewmen.
They're trying to get an angle on that 76 that was at the beach. Oh, hit a
Where's
tree.
the-
Probably wasn't what he was aiming at.
He hit the fucking wall right in front of him. Alright, we're not going to watch those guys because I don't know what's going on there. Oh, 76 hit one of them. Ooh, they just tried to double tap with him with, oh, 276 is back here. Second one missed. These guys will be real comfortable as long as they're in range of, the 3 rep stations. Although, like I said, if you get hit twice in succession, it's not going to matter.
MT looks like they're starting to collapse some guys down towards that 3-story. That's a lot of bodies. That's a lot of people headed to 3-story. My goodness.
Yeah, we had just said that they had kind of made progress on the hedge lines, and that's been erased. Looks like they can't even really keep people alive in Grandpa's house.
No. There's only so many places you can put an outpost over here. You know, you probably call for a couple arty shots to help out. And you get some guys in there. Or is just going to try to wipe anybody he can find, but he'll find out he's pretty lonely in there. Oh, recon flares. You know, the recon flares is something, to me, is kind of a hot topic. I don't like them at all. To be honest with you, if I could convince other people to get rid of them, I probably would.
It's dumb. It's such a dumb mechanic, and just a remnant of an attempt gone bad from the developers to add something that might have been cool, but didn't work out from a technical perspective, and so they put it in the game in a shitty way. That is just really dumb. It came with the night update when they first added the night maps. And if you're unaware, I'll tell a story real quick about what I was just referring to. Originally, like in the PTE, the flares would actually light up an area, like you would like they do in real life. Like you would shoot a flare and it would cause a burst of light that would light up an area, like a flare does. The problem was it like tanked your frames, like unlike anything else. It would just the game was become unplayable for anybody nearby. And so they basically were like, well, if we can't make it work how it actually worked, we'll just use it as a recon tool. And that's how it got switched to what it is today, where the little flare lights that you see when it gets shot are just for, effect, and the actual benefit is that these people magically appear on your map. The problem is they didn't make it so it only happens at night. It happens during the day, too. And it's fucking stupid that these guys can shoot their magic pistol like this and get a fucking picture of where everybody is in this giant area. And not only some people, but everybody on the team sees it.
Yeah, I think you could fix this. Well, I don't know. I mean, maybe if you just had it on a cooldown, like you do when somebody uses supplies or something. Would at least make it to where you don't. Yeah, I mean, truthfully, that's the only way I think to move forward. One of the things that I wanted, I really wanted to ban it for seasonal, to be honest with you, but just didn't get the support for it. But yeah, it just doesn't make sense to me. I mean, you've got Whammo plays, and the medium goes down to the tiger, I would presume here.
I think it was this guy right here.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it's just one of those things, we put emphasis on flank plays to, to try to cheese dick and give our guys, a chance to have different attacking angles, and yet we allow a mechanic that can just annihilate that in 1 second. The game before the recon flares, you had to figure out where to move your forces. You had to figure out how big of a threat something actually was. You didn't know if it was one guy or 10 guys in your back line. And you didn't really have any tools to do that. It created a much larger chance for some of these teams to pull off incredible caps or to get guys in the back line, and you just don't really see that as much anymore. And I think a lot of it is flares. I mean, you can flare an area and know how big of a threat you're facing immediately. Yeah, I just don't like that mechanic. So hopefully one of these days people will start to realize that, and we can start to add that to the banned list of things we don't want to see in our comp games.
Yeah, you bring up a
Go ahead, Smithers, since you're back.
Oh, yeah, I mean, you bring up a good point, Pan. I mean, those crazy wide flank plays, right, where Stuka coming in, but when people get in the back line and everything, and they see a Gary light up, and then the recon spotter just immediately goes back there, right, pops a flare, and there goes the end of that little push, right. That's kind of sad to see now, and like you said, Wix is just. I didn't know about the original origin story, but it makes sense, right? In the daylight, if you pop a flare, you shouldn't it shouldn't magically be able to make a difference. So yeah, they really need to figure out some other way to, yeah, just either take them out or modify that completely. But
I feel like it should be just okay to admit that it didn't work out. Like, look, we wanted to do this cool thing, but from a technical perspective, computers can't handle it right now. At least in the way they did it. Maybe there's another way technically to do it. I don't know, but to put it in the game like this is so dumb. Like, I get it. Like, not everything is realistic. The recon tank has, the magical snapshot ability to reveal enemy locations, but like that's not nearly as oppressive as this repeatedly spamming flare bullshit. It's like unrealistic, and it just is so powerful. It just makes it such a bad mechanic.
yeah, what's funny is that while we've been talking about this, I think I've seen maybe 6 or 7 flares popped.
We just saw
yeah.
one go from each team. Now here's the allies. I mean, and even then, like some teams, I don't even think like this isn't a criticism here, but like a lot of times, same shit gets flared over and over again, and it just kind of shows you how stupid this is, how easy it is to get more. Because there's going to be someone's going to either go to an explosive box or redeploy, and here we go. Here's another one. Another flare over the same fucking part of the map that we just saw flared. Yep, the tank's still there. There's still 5 people here. They didn't go anywhere. But, like, it's so cheap. There's literally, like, it's so cheap that you just shoot it again. Shoot it again. And in 20 seconds, we're going to see another one, and it's going to be over the same area. But it just shows how silly it is.
Yeah, if you're going to keep it in the game, just put it on a cooldown. Make it difficult for teams to switch guys out to try to put more flares up.
Remember when you could get in any one of these, jump off the wall? It's not a great one necessarily. It's honestly better going the other way.
Yeah, way better the other way.
Those were the days when every one of these was accessible. And they made it so you can't cut off the
maybe if they took the birds out of the game, your frames wouldn't tank.
Should we go over to the bird part of the map, like over here or something, where the birds are so loud you can't even hear yourself think? I'm not supposed to ping shit. I'm just pinging random bird areas, so kicked out of streaming for that.
I won't kick you out. You're the only one that signed up to do these games at 8 a.m.
That's right, so
US
I'll fucking
time,
ping if I want to.
Well, I don't know about that.
Sanction me.
Sanction
me, and you'll have no streamers. I'm kidding. But yeah, I should have done that. I wasn't thinking, but obviously it's no tactical impact. I hope there's no implied tactical impact where they're like the arty guy shifts his fire over there, thinking that I'm pinging some kind of gigaflank, and I'm really just fleeing the area where the birds are allowed.
I would imagine you're not the first to do it.
I'm usually the one for doing it. That's why I feel so bad about it. I like that.
Wait,
I
what
like
just
that
exploded
spot
over
fence.
there? On point, on point. Something just went kaboom boom.
Here, AT gun.
Oh, it's AT gun. Okay.
Oh, we got a wall built.
Now you need about 20 more of those.
Fantastic wall.
Yeah.
Somewhere, baby burn his quarter chub.
I was just thinking of Baby Burn too.
I was just saying this tiger location over there I really like. He's actually moving off of it now, but sitting on that corner, you can shell this house right underneath this grass. You can see a lot north from there. The tiger's moving up now, as we see one moving up here.
How many? I mean, are they up to 3, 4, 5 now?
There's at least, I mean, I don't think a tiger has died yet, personally. I see 3 of them. I'm not sure. I don't want to fly back to spawn, but I'm sure if we went back there, actually, I can see from here. Looks like there's one right there in the already, so
Yeah.
they're set on that. I mean, we saw the 176 go down, the 276s go down, really, and they decided we're never gonna, never again, and just built 3 repair stations and set 2 tanks next to them.
Damn, 3 repair stations. Yeesh.
I can't even get an engineer off the OP right next to my tank to help me repair. Die 6 times to artillery trying to get back to my tank, and there's 2 OPs nearby, and not one of them will spawn an engineer. Help my ass out. Anyway, I'm not bitter. Precision.
Precision.
Yeah, he was moving too much.
Surprised he's getting this aggressive, the way they've been playing all game. They've done a good job locking down 3-story here. Looks like that's what he's looking at here.
I mean, if you know that both their tanks are sitting on the same hill, then there are ways where you can move around without exposing yourself.
Yeah. I wonder if that... Does that hedge render for the 76?
I don't specifically know that it doesn't. I'm not really sure. Definitely possible. I mean, we can...
I just saw him taking some shots at that tiger.
The infantry. It's there for me, and I'm on high.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
He might know he's there anyway, because maybe they could see the barrel or something.
Yeah, it looked like he had a... I've never seen a tiger sit there, but it looked like he had a little gap in the... above the hedge, below the trees to look through.
It's kind of an unusual spot. Obviously, there's a trench here, so tiger's not going to get stuck no matter what. But it is perilous to maneuver. But obviously, he feels safe enough here.
If they can get control of that 3-story, that's pretty much a full box out in my mind. I really don't think you're going to see much from the gas squad down there. I've done that push. It's a tough day. If you're the only one making purchase down there, even if you make it into that trench, it doesn't take much to ruin your day. So, oh, another flare, another flare.
You see a third 76 coming off the beach here.
There are still guys there. Yes.
Same Gary network. Yeah. Hey, hardpoint still has not been vacated by the enemy. Although this tank moving up like this may be news. What happened to the tiger at Iron Trench? We just saw him, and then he didn't show up on the flare. Where the hell am I? Okay. Oh, he backed up. Okay.
He took some heat from the 76, I take it. Lost a couple crewmen.
I dropped a link to the stats in the chat for you guys if you want to take a look at it. It comes up when I pull up my map. And it looks like one of the arty guys is at, I don't know if that's 300 or 200 kills. It's hard to tell on my OBS on my other screen.
That's 307.
Damn.
And that is MT or Bulls?
Looks like it's MT.
That is a lot for about halfway through the game.
Yeah, he's killed Manu 23 times from BAF. So I don't know where Manu is, but he's having a bad day.
He's having a bad day.
Yeah, I think when I'm, being a meat grind SL for the majority of my life, I think when my number of arty deaths starts to approach that 20 number, I feel pretty bad. The mental starts to go away. You start to lose your mind a little bit. How many times can I die to arty and then die to a tank? By the time you actually see somebody, you forget how to pull your gun out.
Yeah, what gets me, at least the skirmish matches that I played front door, is or even when I'm a commander, those long range MGs. Those are what gets me. They're 300, 400 meters away, right? And they just certain wheat fields don't register for them, or maybe a hedge doesn't. They just spray the area and get you.
Yeah, and they're clipped into the side of some broken building with only their head showing, and you're supposed to see that from 380 meters away.
Yeah, exactly. Because some of those MG players, they just know. I mean, they know the spots, they know the angles, they have right filter settings, whatever you want to call it, right?
Yeah, I mean, you watch enough games, or you play enough games, or you do your own prep, you'll figure out where the spots are. It's not hard. A lot of the times for MGs, it's just does your team have a spawn for you to spawn on? So if you do die or you need ammo. It's still fighting over 3-story here.
Most satchel building in Hell Let Loose.
Although BF's making it into the town up here a little bit. Looks like they're still kind of surrounded when they get in there, but... Smithers, it looks like the commander is fighting in the front here. Running himself into town. How come I don't see you doing things like this more often?
You know me. I just I'm an observer. I'm an observer of what's going on.
Yeah, just always have your map pulled up.
Exactly.
Where is he? Are you talking about Primo?
Yeah. He's getting in the shit, man. He wants to be in the action. He's tired of looking at his map for 30 minutes at a time. He said, if you guys can't kill him, I will. Nope. Oh, yeah, okay. Second time. There you go. He said, I'm going to drop my self-supplies and put down garrisons. How many times do you do that, Smithers?
Drop my self-supplies and put them down? Oh,
Yeah.
gosh. Very rarely, I would say. Very rarely.
Good. That means we're doing our job here in Inv. Man. What a commander here. What a guy.
He's just cruising around, isn't he?
He's playing a pub right now.
Yeah, he's just
This is something, man.
Yeah, this isn't like I do. Like I try to sneak around and maybe make a crazy backline play, but this is just
he's making so much noise right now.
He's like, I feel like fragging a bit right now. I'm just gonna grab a cup of coffee and go frag.
He's marking his own infantry. He's the only one who can do anything about that infantry, but he marked him anyway. Look at that, man.
Damn.
Get this guy in infantry. Why is he playing commander?
Big time Thanos, I'll do it myself energy.
Oh my goodness.
He's
We
now
got-
made it further than anybody else.
Oh,
on his team.
76s are pushed up. We have 4 76s on the map, Wix. 2 of them
Hey.
are pushed up towards point.
There's a game going on. Yeah, okay.
Now, Wix, with we got about the 34 minutes left, right? So,
Yeah.
do you ever talk in armor about how you're gonna wait for infantry to get up there, or do you just say screw it and hey, we'll push up with the tanks and we'll see if infantry can follow us?
Depends on the map and it depends on the point. There are some points where armor can really push without infantry. Armor can really. But on most points, you kind of gotta wait for some kind of control by infantry to some degree to really be able to move. Win 7 though, like I said, like if they were able to kill a couple tigers in rapid succession here, that would open up like maybe a 5-minute window where they could get real aggressive with the tanks.
Oh, I think we just saw one go down to the left there.
Yeah, something
Here?
just blew up. No,
Bottom,
on
bottom.
point in that P4 spot.
Truck.
That was a truck.
Oh,
Man,
okay.
Lame.
Yeah, so we still have, I don't know if these are the same 3 tigers, but they got the one in the north and 2 down here. And we
That's when you
got,
call it. You got to call in that backup tank crew. It looks like he brought up a tank for them.
Yeah, just a spare for right now.
Although there's a squad lead back there from MT.
What in the world is going on here? He's driving around the back lines in the truck.
I'm telling you, Wix. I think we're
He's
watching.
gonna run over that G! Oh my god, can he get Schnitzel? He got Schnitzel! Just
And he's honking the
the
horn.
disrespectful horn honk as he gets the tiger gets out of the way for him and his giant cock.
What are
Oh
these?
my-
What are these pub plays
What do we got
that they're
there?
getting away with?
This AFZ guy, just
Wow.
absolute savage on the road. As holy
Wow.
shit! American Space Program, first man in space.
Wow, what a transport truck play there.
And then he just drives away. He's like, "All right, I'm not gonna try that again." What was he doing? What was the idea there? I don't understand. AT gun, I think, goes down here. So we're looking at Bulls. I mean, we've kind of been off in a lot of land a little bit here, but not a lot has changed, to be honest, except the this tank died and we missed it. But the 46 BAF tanks have moved up a little bit. But man, they're still fighting over the same house here. Same house. Oh, here we go, round 2.
Oh my gosh. Okay,
It worked
let's see.
once. It'll work again.
Oh, but he's taking the MG head on though.
Yeah, I don't know about that strategy.
Oh.
See, last time he came in from the back. This time he went front door. I don't know, Panda. You've driven some trucks. You think what do you think about that round 2?
Ballsy. I mean, you said he was dropping the big D the first time. I think that was that was an attempt to make it even bigger. Didn't work, obviously, but the confidence is there from that first run. So
You
Yeah,
know, I
think
often. Sorry, go ahead, Wix.
I was gonna say I think it went to his head, and he thought he could just drive straight down their throat.
It would have been cooler if it was a Kubelwagen. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, you know, I often daydream about that, like in the height of the action and spawning a jeep and driving through all the smoke and then burning a bunch of OPs. I
What
think you
is
can make
that?
it happen,
What is
given how
that
fast the Kubelwagen goes.
sound?
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
and all your OPs are down.
Smithers
Exactly.
Tokyo drifting around.
Yeah, oh, yeah. I may. I gotta find a time to do that one day.
That is by far the most fun vehicle to drive in the game.
Oh yeah, for sure.
The sliding mechanics. I wish you could slide a transport truck.
Yeah, this is what this point becomes, right? Just this slog against one hedge versus another, pretty much.
What's Dr. Doof doing back there? Does he have? Is he working on something, Wix? He's in the back lines right now behind MT. Is he the Whammo guy? He
He's
is.
got
Okay,
a-
we've got subs down. We're gonna try to get a Gary.
Commander.
Just don't expose yourself, brother.
Jambai.
Don't let him know you're here.
Well, he's
Oh,
got to
I know.
kill him. If he builds that garrison, it's going to be locked because of him.
Oh,
Dang.
He's OP's right here, though.
Yeah.
And you got Munzenmeister. Gonna try to hit him with the carbine. Only takes 7 shots to kill from there.
Oh my goodness. The commander plays in this game, man. These guys are infantry.
Lots of different commanders. Styles of commanding.
You see, MT really not putting a lot of guys here in WN7. They've been able to hold this. Just for that barbed wire is just it's such a bitch to get through. They really don't have to do too much here to
Well, and the wall they built.
keep
of
the
course.
AF. Oh yeah, my apologies to the wall.
But yeah, I mean, you're right. It is a perfect point for minimizing need on point.
Yeah, I mean you've got probably what a max of three outposts or so, a garrison, couple tanks, few MGs.
Yeah, this hedge is not as safe as this tiger would like it to be. He really needs to just fucking move. You're gonna die if you sit there. He's gonna die either way at this point.
Yep.
You gotta know. I don't know if they know, but it's not safety. And so after the first shot, you just gotta gun it forward and hope you get there in time. They might have. But that hedge is not safe. As we've seen.
I feel that way sometimes as Inf too. You know, like running around a hedge line and you think you're safe, and then all of a sudden it's not a hedge line anymore. It's just a bush.
the Allies may be able to get another. If they get another OP in that trench right there, they may be able to smoke this front door and push up. Actually, they have a decent little chunk right there, and then MT really isn't putting much point, as you said, Panda. So it could be.
Yeah, I mean, they don't have to right now. It's just not necessary.
Yeah. But if the Allies win a few frags right there, they may be able to push up a little bit. Kind of curious though what the Allied tank play will be right here though.
Yeah, I don't know. It looks like it's just the one right now.
Ooh, Sagil goes off on that hedge and wipes that OP, I think. Right down below us. Oh no, okay. OP maybe still up, but the 3-second timer went off.
So at this point, MT's should be noticing that they're getting more pressure towards point. Maybe bring a few guys back, wipe out these outposts, and then go back to normal play. Of course, that Artie is just going to keep... Their Artie's up to 334 now.
No.
He'll be at 400 before the game's over.
Damn.
Their arty is currently running at 5.47 kills per minute. I don't know if I've ever seen that. In contrast, BAF's is currently at 2.9 kills per minute with 180.
I mean, it's good to be the artillerist for the defending team on Win 7. Say that. 'Cause I think Artie's landing at Iron Trench right now, or Iron Cross.
Yep.
It's hard to tell
Yeah,
because there's a lot of tank shots like too, but
Yeah, I mean he can hit 3-story and Iron Cross, without having to move it much. So just keep floating it around in those areas. You'll just keep getting kills.
We have an engineer to the right, Wick. See if they're going to sneak up on that 76.
oh my goodness, where did he come from?
Oh!
This is crazy.
Are you kidding me?
Wow.
What was the Inf doing? Where's the infantry? Somebody. You're
there.
right there? You're right there. Oh, he's never going to hear the end of it. My man, you are getting absolutely flamed.
Oh,
On
the
the
tank got
bottom
out.
view.
They figured it out. It's too late.
Too
now.
late.
Oh,
Well,
damn. Engineer ran right through the open field to get to it.
Where did he come from? What in the?
Damn.
Good
Oh,
pickup,
Wix, you would
'cause
probably be so pissed.
I mean,
Oh.
look, I would hardly be surprised.
normal game. We got satcheled with nothing but friendlies around us. Yeah.
They're gonna watch that and be like, guys, he just ran across how many open fields to get here? And like, I get it, you're not expecting someone there, but come on, dude's like standing, like shooting people 200 meters away. It's like an engineer like running right by him.
If you pull up your map, did they ever get that garrison down, or did that commander shut that? Oh, he shut it down.
Supplies are still there, so we could see a late night late
Wow, they're-
game. Late game
MT's got guys all the way back at that fourth point, that mid fourth point. What is it called? The whatever.
What?
D6. They've got guys at D6 pushed back out of the
Le Grand
town.
Creek.
So
Grand Creek.
there you go. Thank you. Sorry, it's still early. My brain hasn't started working yet. Tomato. All right. Or maybe tomato. Wow, this is good. This is good from BAF here. Got control of the town. Gonna be able to.
Saw prior to MT making they got control of the town, and then it just into more and more control around the point until they were able to squeeze them off. Still a long way to go, I think, though, but that's progress.
20 minutes is enough to make it happen, though. I mean, if there were 8 minutes left, you'd feel like there's really not much of a chance, but they're gonna have to start winning these gunfights, though. I'm seeing a lot more blue dots go down than red at this point, or orange.
How many tanks do the Allies have up, Wix?
Yeah, 2 looks like. Well, they got a medium and a heavy, so they're at 463 fuel currently. That'll be another couple minutes before they can get their second heavy up. Yeah, they're gonna need some AT guns or some help from infantry here in the back line to try to get these tanks down. MT's pushing their guys. We got a recon guy pushing out into the smoke. Looks like they pulled a few guys back to point here.
I have had the game sound incredibly low all game. Fortunately, sorry about that.
Just because you want people to hear us yapping more.
Well, I try to balance it, obviously. Well, I had it on my setting where I have it. I turn the sound real low when I tank. It was still on like 15% in game, which is not where I usually have it when I stream, so I fucked that up.
Yeah, between that and the ping, I think this might be your last stream in seasonal, Wix.
The next time I have a perfect stream will be the first one, I swear to God. No matter what I try to do, I always fuck one thing up.
Okay, Wix, I've been there too, buddy. Plenty of times.
Yeah. Smithers just put in his request, so maybe he can take your spot.
Yeah, we're gonna allow you to assign games, but you can't have Wix on. No matter what. $18 left. I mean, I don't know. They got a lot of tanks up. They got a lot of control. MT looks like, you know, I'm not calling it over yet. I'm just trying to kind of summarize where we're at right now. They have solid control. I mean, if they stay disciplined and listen for airheads and watch for cheese dicks, then they should be in good shape here. I think the thing to watch is they have supplies down here. Right here are the Allied supplies. There's a garrison here they'd have to take out, or maybe not, because if he takes the right route in here, he might be able to not ping the garrison, build a garrison right here, and then use these strategically placed walls to zerg across the field into Win 7 from the west side before they know. Potentially something that could happen. I think, I'm trying to think of the game. Did we do that, or did somebody do that? I think GBI attempted that exact thing against us on this point, if I remember correctly. Probably from that same area.
Yeah, exactly. And it was one of the other Chinese teams too. I forgot which one it was. It could have been MT, but they try to get a couple Garys back their OPs from people hiding in the hedge and everything. Yeah, got some decent sized spawn ways back there, but we were able to squash them out.
I mean, we can see now they're moving down in the town, and that's good. They're starting to get into the soft cap here and start to pressure crossroads here. And if they can make some progress from Grandpa's into Iron Trench, you know, it's just like one thing's going to open it for the other. If these guys get here, it's going to make it easier for these guys to get here, which will make it easier for these guys to get in here. And that's kind of how you can recap with just a front door push. It's going to be hard to do with a bit of a tank deficit, but it's not impossible.
Yeah, I mean, this is where you want to see it. You want to see bodies in the north pushing south. The thing you got to watch out for is if MT's got something up north and they just start back clearing, they might take some of their guys and, you know, send a squad up north to come back down from WN4 and start back wiping some of these guys.
Looks like that might be the job for Tomato and AAA guy.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not taking ground super quick here and you're just kind of stalling out, then this is what's going to happen. You're going to get collapsed from a different angle that you're not expecting.
Primo's holding Chapel, though, so they're fucked.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Primo's going to turn around here. He's going to know. There you go. Yep. See?
Wow. ESP confirmed. I'm sure he heard the footsteps. Burns the OP. Hops around just for fun.
Oh, birds. Gotta love that. Taking my frame right now.
Oh no, here we go. Here we go.
Wix, I don't know what this job is called on the roster sheet, but we need to start designating somebody as the transport truck driver.
Transport truck meta.
How far will he go?
Well, we're following him till the end here, because
this is a tough spot there.
he is not taking the easiest route, and he drives. Oh, who's got a flamethrower?
Oh, what is happening?
It's like they just decided, like, we have an extra roster spot. What do you want to, like, throw him in defense? They're like, no. Put him in the meme position. He is the memer. He is a designated memer. He's going to drive a transport truck around with a flamethrower.
If he wants a Jeep, don't question it.
Convert munitions for fuel to get this man a Jeep. Yeah, I'm not sure why he, like, drove in the most tight quarters here. With their, like, what? I'm not sure what he was... I don't... You know, it's beyond my understanding. I'm obviously not prepared for the role. But MT is prepared to not give up this section of town. I'll tell you that. We did see, when we looked before the magical truck ride, Bull's 46BF was about as far as here. They were just starting to get into the soft cap. MT has responded. You can see the strength they have there now. They are not giving up that part of the town easily. Here's the memer himself.
Still with the flamethrower. I love it.
You shoot
think-
the flamethrower out these windows, or will you burn
What?
yourself? Well, he doesn't even give a fuck. He's just gonna pistol people.
Yeah.
This is miraculous. This is incredible.
Pulls out the flames.
Oh,
Hits the window. Catches himself on fire, maybe. Oh, he got some out
Yeah,
the window.
I don't know if he killed himself or...
I'm not sure that he's got. The flamethrowers usually going the other way. It's going from the outside of the bunker to the inside of the bunker. I'm not sure that it works well going the other way.
Looks like MTRD is up to 384 now. Just he's been on that trench line for, I don't know, 30 minutes or more now. See another one come in here and probably kill Yoshi in a second. Premonitions. Nope, rocket. So you can get to that hedge line, you get into the trench. It's just so hard to push out of there.
There was a question, and they're not going to see the answer because for 30 minutes about whether AP binds were used, and because it's hard to see them. You will see them. I mean, if we would see the MT side, there'd probably be more around Win 7, but you can't see there's some place at this random spot here, but not really being utilized right here. What I will say about AP mine usage is you'll see it a lot more on me in the town, and especially by the Axis, just because the it's the MP40, the satchel, and the AP mines. Whereas if you want the AP mines in the similar kit for the Americans, you're using the trench gun, which is not as versatile a weapon. So that's why you might not see, I mean, and Win 5, which they're defending in this area, doesn't really lend itself to APs on the Ally side, which is the map we have. But probably if we could see the MT map, I'm sure that there's some AP mines in these common openings here. That was because of the 30-minute delay, you're seeing the answer 30 minutes later, but that's what I have to say about AP mines, I guess. Coming on 10 minutes left now. We saw a couple truck sniped by, or a truck sniped by 46BAF in the opener. They got the mid-cap and held it for not too long, maybe 10-15 minutes, I think. Since then, MT kind of just did a brute force front door recap and have held it ever since. And so we're down into the last 8 minutes, really, of time for 46BF to cap this point. And we really, I mean, we've seen a little bit of back and forth in some of these areas, but not any extensive progress made towards getting back into Win 7, and that's kind of the peril of losing it, right? It's hard to get back in once you're out. Let's take a lap around. I mean, you can see the town. Really is where most of MT is right now, in this town. That's kind of the important key to capping.
Yeah, if anything, it's just going to come down to an armor push, or that's the only thing at this point. I think under 10 minutes.
Yeah, we got 2 heavies up on the Allies. They'll be getting a third up here in less than a minute. They'll be able to spawn it. They have a medium available, so they could muster up 3 heavies and a medium for this push, potentially a recon if they want. But it's going to be hard. I mean, they got at least 3 Tigers up. We haven't really hard. We've seen the 1 Tiger die. I'm sure we've missed some, but it hasn't really been a lot of Tigers dying.
What's the manpower for Airhead?
400.
Okay, so we could see an Airhead if they were able to get into any kind of position for it to fall. Yeah, it's tough here. They're pushed out of 3-story. They're pushed out of the trench. They're pushed out of the north part of the town here.
Yeah, they're really up by Chapel. That's really the only place they have.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like they've just lost too many gunfights at this point, you know. They had themselves in a decent position. They had all 3 of those areas. Trench, 3-story, and part of the town.
76s are pushing up right there, right?
Yeah, I mean, this is the spot where we've seen, what, 2 76s die? Not the safest, but there's really nowhere else to go.
Well, there's not the same, but similar ability of the Allies tanks to be able to push in
Airhead.
close. Man, is this really the time? I guess you gotta do it at some point, but there's really gonna be no support for it.
Yeah.
Ooh, rockets going in. Rockets going into the 76s.
Is it just falling south of that house, I take it? The one on map edge?
You're falling right in front of it.
Yeah. Should be pretty easy for them to throw a nade.
Well, one guy with a nade is the squad leader.
I mean, honestly, it's safer to just put down a satchel.
One of the 76s goes down, the other one
Is getting satcheled.
is getting satcheled. Bombing run is laid, the airhead's already down. And the 76 is on the couch right now, so to speak.
Maybe on the casting couch, yeah. Yeah.
So that's 2
Yeah.
tanks. I mean, they had to do
Man.
something. But unsuccessful ultimately.
Yeah, it's tough. Two tanks. You don't really have any imp support. You're gonna get hit by. Well, they got hit by infantry. I don't even think the Tigers had to really move. But I mean, this is what both of these teams knew this when they took it. I mean, I think if I read it correctly, MT is the one that offered this map. Bulls is the one that accepted it. So, Bulls chose the side that they wanted, and they both knew that it was basically going to come down to who could grab the point and hold it. I mean, this is a turtle map here, so it's rare you're going to see anything other than a 3-2 when you're playing WN7.
Looks like the Axis commander dropped a defensive airhead, I'm guessing.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Thought I heard that. So I did see a fourth Tiger out there. There's one on point here, two back here, and then they got the solo guy. Give the truck guy a Tiger is what I'm saying.
Yeah, let's see him go. Let's see him go to the front line and wipe some OPs and run over some MGs.
Oh, sorry. There's 5 Tigers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, back to 4. And that was the 5th one right there, but one of them just went down to an airstrike. So 4 Tigers out there. One of them just went down, so they had 5, which would have been tough to overcome. But yeah, I mean, Win 7, we offered it to GBI. We were willing to play either side of it. I mean, it's a pretty balanced point, but it is a point that whoever has it is a lot more likely to hold it in general than the other side is to cap it, regardless of who has it. So it's one of those points you hope you get first and don't ever have to give up.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, as allies specifically, it's just so hard to get back in. I mean, Axis has that nice road, the 4 corners to work from. If they get pushed out, it's a lot easier to work themselves back in, as we saw. If allies gets pushed out, I mean, what are your lanes? You're either funneled through this trench in the front that you can't even really get to because there's no hedge line or anything to work off of, or you have 3-story, which you've seen they haven't been able to get out of all game. I feel like this bombing run is just like insult to injury. He's just using every commander ability left. Yep.
Yeah, why not? Why not try to maximize your CE support score in the final few minutes?
Yeah, you can't take it with you.
Exactly.
What was even there?
I don't think anything. Maybe like an OP or some infantry.
Precision strike for an OP. Imagine. Still on the hill.
Rep stations. All the rep stations are gone.
Who knows?
Well, we're in the 2-minute mark here. That's going to be a decisive decision, I guess, for MT. A 3-2 win on Utah Beach. Win 7. It's just week 1. This is a double elimination tournament. We looked at the bracket in the beginning, so both teams are going to have another game no matter what. MT is going to play another week 1 winner, and 46 BAF will play another week 1 loser. So they're both going to get another chance, double elimination. So for 46 BAF, not out of it. I mean, I think it was a good showing for them. I mean, we know MT is a pretty good team, and it was a pretty balanced point, and they held on, and they got pushed out, and after that point, it's kind of like, well, anybody would have trouble getting back into Win 7, so there's really no shame in that, but they capped first, their opening went well, and maybe they just got to look at how they held the point and see what they can do better next time.
Yeah, I thought it was a pretty even fight, right? I mean, the Bulls held it for a decent amount of time, and they just got overwhelmed front door, and just some key gunfights in Strong Point. But besides that, it was a pretty good game.
I'll pull up the map. What did Artie get to in terms of kills?
Looks like, oh my gosh, he got to 437 before the end of it. That is, wow, that's savage. Absolutely.
I wonder if that's not updating. That's not what it's showing on mine. I'm not sure what the hell's going on with that.
He's at 441 now. this guy's liable to get poached.
All right, so there we go. 3-2 win for MT. I'll try to scroll through here real quick before it starts showing me the stats I don't care about. But, yeah, I mean, that's a close game. 3-2, win 7. I think neither team should really feel bad about the outcome there. Well, especially MT, they won. But I'm going to pull up the bracket here, and we can see this was game number 6, you see, third from the bottom. So MT is going to go to game 11, and they're going to play the winner of Helios and GBI. So Helios or GBI, Helios our team, and GBI, if you watched yesterday, Terry and Icon were from there. So we're going to play, whoever wins our match is going to play MT, and the loser's going to play Bulls Air Force in game 15 down here. So, like I said, both teams still in it. No reason to be too disappointed. It's just one game, and they'll be back in a couple weeks. So there you go. That's it for me for week 1. Let me look real quick. I'll pull up the seasonal Discord because there are some other games this weekend. I think later today. Nope, the only other game was going on at the same time as this one, which was a CU and 82 AD. So there's going to be a full slate of games, 5 games next week, I think. So check the Discord for that. Thank you to Smithers and Panda for joining me today. Any parting words, Smithers? We'll start with you. Sum up the game or anything else that we saw today.
No, just thought it was a really solid game. Good fight between both sides. But like we said earlier, Wix, the win 7 is just a point where once you get boxed out, right, it's just so hard to take it back. And I think MT was just able to maintain their front line after the opening cap. So kudos to the SLs for after the truck snipes and all that kind of stuff off the opening to keep their head up and maintain their OPs out there on the front line. And of course, we saw the meat grind guys just deal with all those Artie deaths. So, just thought it was a pretty good even game there. So,
Yep, had a good time, Wix. Always good to co-cast with you guys, and this will be a fun tournament. I'll as part of the Orgo, it'll be interesting to see what the feedback is from this format and from this new style of map banning or map offering. So you'll see me in the Discord. Feel free to say hey. And, if you have any complaints, you can send them to Froggers or Sea-Doo. Thanks.
Well, there you go. That's all I got, guys. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and see you next time. Thank you.